2020, August 16th, 7:29 a.m. So you have the French royal court body doubles captured and taken to prison, and they're not allowed to be seen by almost anybody, and they're almost all of them are executed behind closed doors or in very, very small courtyards where only a handful of witnesses can see it. And then, Marie Tussaud is commissioned either do this or die by the same exact people who had killed lots and lots of her friends, create death masks of them and put them on display so that everyone can see for a long period of time the death masks of the king and Marie Antoinette and so on and so forth. Period. She does this, but there's no guarantee that she did the actual death masks. Period. In fact, there's a pretty much of a huge monstrous guarantee that she didn't do the death masks. Period. She'd been sketching the royal family for 10, 15, 20 years. And as she sketched them, and she had done several masks of them before, they had done, the French royal court had been made into wax at least 2, if not 3 times before over the course of their ages. Every about 10 years, they would get new wax figures to be shown off and such to the public. Period. Well, she did that. She did all that work. So when there was a blade against her neck, and she was told, make these body doubles. Well, she could very easily make whatever face she wanted to. Period. And she had, on hundreds, if not thousands of occasions, done exactly that. Period. So this is not a newsflash situation. This is a well-duh situation. So, but she did do something that was unusual, period. She included the evidence that the guillotine was electrified. Period. Now, the evidence for the electrification of the blade is the fact that the amount of people that the National Razor killed in a day, in a sequence of days, in the sequence of months that the National Razor was working, is far too many to be okay with. Period. They had aspects of soap, but nothing to really clean well with. They could, it was just washing things down and such. But there was, soap wouldn't be around for another several decades or so. Ivory Soap Company formed in 1871. It's the 1870s. Period. So you have a huge amount of people being killed by having their head cut off, and a gallon of blood coming out. Well, if you're going to have that much blood in that small of a space over 18 months, you're going to have disease breakout. Period. Point blank in a story. That's period. New paragraph. There's no way to avoid the fact that you're going to have disease outbreaks with that much blood. They didn't have period. They didn't have disease outbreaks. Period. They didn't have an outbreak of the plague. Period. Since they didn't have an outbreak of the plague, they didn't have outbreaks of massive disease. What they did have is evidence of cauterization.